Here's a review of the Fuji Nevada 1.5 that I just recently picked up. I'll try to give you some specs on it. And in full disclosure, this bike was given to me by money out of my own personal bank account. So I'll share the specs on this aluminum frame bike, and I'll also put them all in the description block. KMC Z99 chain. The brake set is Shimano M315 hydraulic disc. Shimano Deore rear derailleur. The cassette is Shimano HG209, and the crankset is Shimano Acera. The wheels are Vera Terra. They have stainless black spokes and 29.21 EOS tires. The stem is by Oval Concepts Model 313. The brake set is Shimano 315 hydraulic disc. Shimano shifters, the Shimano Altus. Saddle and post by Oval Concepts.
Alright, so let's take a closer look. We'll use a gimbal. I am not a bike snob by any stretch. Overall, for me, I think it's going to be a great bike. Pretty light. I just wanted a 29er because the way I ride, I think it'll be the most beneficial to me. Light trails and city stuff.
The advantage with 29ers is once you get those big wheels rolling, you'll carry some speed.
This one has a 19-inch frame.
I'm going to talk over the looking at the bike thing with a little buying background. I had thought either Walmart or maybe a bike shop with either used or discounted models, because I didn't want to sink a lot of money into a bike that hangs off the back of my RV and has to deal with all the weather. And I went to a local bike shop, which I recommend in the Dayton area, Kettering Cycle, and he kind of agreed with me, and then also told me one of the places I was planning was having a big going out of business sale, and that's where I found this bike.
Alright, so as I said, I'm not a bike snob. If you're a bike snob, this bike probably doesn't even count. There's those kinds of people that say if you didn't spend $1,000, you didn't even buy a bicycle. But I think this one I got a great deal.
The front derailleur is a Shimano Altus.
You can see. Hardtail. Alright, it's cold and noisy from time to time, so there'll be some of me talking and some of me talking over this. Just trying to give people an idea of what you can get for usually around $700. And this one, you could probably get it
around $500 I've seen online for this.
I got lucky and got it on sale for $350.
Keep in mind, if you find one for around $500 online, most people need to take it to a bike shop to get it dialed in.
So there, I try to give you all the stats that you can look up any place. But for me, you know, I check all the welds really well, and it's a well-built bike. It's an entry-level real mountain bike, as opposed to what you would get at Walmart.
The front fork has hydraulic lockout with about 100 millimeters of travel, and it's by SR Suntour. I also looked at Trex, looked at a Marlin 6 on closeout for 100 more, but didn't see the value.
You can lock out the shocks for when you're riding and when you're riding around town kind of thing.
I'm going to mention again what happens when you read a lot of comments or people you often meet on trails.
For bike snobs, this is the kind of bike that as soon as they got it, they would replace everything with $500 worth of more stuff and say, now I finally got a good bike. It's going to be more bike than I actually need. But my last bike, I got a lot of use out of my $12 thrift store bike. I was going to show you that one in a minute. I wanted it because I wanted a 29er. I wanted something solid. I was real close to buying a decent-ish bad bike at Walmart, if that makes sense to anybody. And if $500 is more than some people want to spend, or at the end of this video I might show the one Walmart bike I was pretty close to considering worth the money for what you get, you know. But I'm real happy and excited to have gotten this Nevada 1.5. I think it's going to be a great bike for me. Alright, now let me get the bike I was using that I put at least 2,500 miles on, and mostly just on RV trips. Well, pretty much only on RV trips. Alright, here's the thrift store bike And I swear to you, I put every bit of 2,500 miles on this thing, and I got my $13 out of it. That's all I paid for it. Actually $12.50. I had to spend another 50 cents to put a sheet in my car so I wouldn't ruin my car. But yeah, there's not much left of this thing, and that thing's gonna be a heck of an improvement. I guess I just show you this because, you know, if you're a serious mountain biker, okay, you know, if you're going to use a bike for that, then that's what you should buy. Most people, even me, I probably don't need that much bike. I do some light trail riding and mainly just use it as my mode of transportation when I'm RVing. I'm not going to go off any 6-foot jumps, or I'm not going to do anything crazy because I got a little gray hair now and I don't need to do that to myself. But at the same time, when you do see those that says even this bike isn't good enough, just remember that a gray-haired dude wearing sandals oftentimes went flying by those guys all geared up on this cheap thrift store bike. So find a bike that suits the needs you have, and
Your budget.
you'll be happy with every mode of transportation you can get. I wanted to make this video quick. I've probably only put about 3 miles on this bike. I rode around the neighborhood real quick, but I got it at Performance Cycle. It's a chain of higher quality bikes, and they're going out of business. So if you're looking for a bike, check your area. You might have one that's going out of business, and you might get a pretty good sale on it.
They had this and some high-end bikes on sale. When I stopped in, it was $400. I went back about 10 days later and they had marked it way down to $350. The guy told me in 3 days the truck was coming to take away what was ever not sold, so I jumped on it.
So I haven't ridden enough to answer a whole lot of questions, but so far it's light. I think it's 31 pounds, and quite happy with it. One thing I wasn't real happy with though is how it fit on my bike carrier. So I got super lucky, and I think I found something that's going to help me. I stopped at Myers. I'll show you.
It was a really tight fit on my hanging carrier, and I was really worried about scratching it up. See all the towels?
Here we go. I got this top tube carrier so it'll fit on my rack better, and I swear to you, I paid $3.39 for this. It was on sale.
Beats $16.50 at Amazon.
Sometimes life just works out. All right. That's it on the Fuji Nevada 1.5 29er. I'll do a follow-up video once I get some miles on it and tell you what I think. And now I'm going to stick in the Walmart bike that I was pretty close to getting. If I couldn't have gotten this at closer to the price that I was willing to pay for my needs and uses, there was a Walmart bike that I thought could be a decent value for what it is. Again, they're mountain style bikes at Walmart. They're not mountain bikes. All right, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, I guess a good way to see how serious is this guy and what does he know about anything. I know that most people take the dork disc off. They think it's just there for shipping. But I've also been told that if your chain jumps, it can help you keep your chain out of your spokes. So, contrary to what real mountain bikers do, I'm going to leave the dork disc on. And because I don't care what people think. Now, once it gets all yellow, I'll probably take it off.
So here's what I think is a pretty good bike at Walmart for the money. It's the Swin aluminum comp. It has Shimano pretty much everything. Lower end, but still Shimano stuff. And better than what you normally find on Walmart bikes. And this bike also has disc brakes. Not great, but they're disc brakes. I guess it's lower end, but not lowest end. It's a 27.5. It's got a decent stem on it for what it is.
It's not too bad.
The tires spun relatively true.
Not bad.
The welds on it were pretty good for a lower end bike, and I think at $200, this is probably a decent deal at Walmart. Just remember, it's a mountain style bike. One downside of the Fuji, somebody might actually consider stealing it. I hope this was helpful. It's going to stay in the house, but not the kitchen. Have a great and wonderful day.